This is episode 207 of the Focused Mindset podcast. Today, we're going to talk about how to keep moving forward no matter what your mind is telling you. You know, we all have those conversations with ourselves, and today we're going to talk about the conversation between the voice of fear and the voice of hope, and how we can listen to the voice that will move us forward. So, let's get into it. This is the podcast where we build strong connections and have great conversations using the solution-focused approach. I'm Cher Kretz. I'm a school counselor, a TEDx speaker, and a solution-focused specialist. For far too long, I approached my life thinking that I needed to have all the answers. I now realize that giving hope is far more important than giving advice. And you know what? We can adjust our mindset so we can be free to focus on a brighter tomorrow and to have empowering conversations. Learn more about our products and services at cherkretz.com or hop over to Amazon to get 30 Days to Higher Hopes. Someone came up to me the other day and they were saying, man, summer is just moving too fast. And no matter what season you're in right now, we're recording this in the middle of summer. And I have a lot of goals that I want to achieve, but I also recognize that as we walk through a season in our life, there can come times where fear wants to destroy the forward movement that we're having. And sometimes we move so fast that we don't acknowledge that we're having some feelings that are actually dragging us down and making us completely unaware of how it's, I don't know, it just kind of like puts an aura around us that's less than. Especially when we're trying to be the best version of ourselves, we can then feel that conflict within us. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Right before I get into the bulk of what we're going to talk about, I am going to reintroduce to you 30 Days to Higher Hopes. This is the brand new updated version that not only corrected some issues that needed corrected, but also added what we needed added to be able to use the latest hope research to journal and write to move ourselves forward. And for me, I use 30 Days to Higher Hopes in my groups and in my coaching. So it was really important for me to put out this new edition for you. And I especially want to talk to you about a brand new couple of pages. There are times of extreme hopelessness that we walk into and walk through in our life. It threatens to destroy who we actually are because the hopelessness is so big and so huge. It might be because of a breakup or a death or a change in jobs or a change in direction or any unexpected event alarms our mind. And then they wonder, well, if that wasn't true, the hope that I had hoped in is not what's happening. Maybe I need to question everything. And this spiral is what brings us closer and closer to hopelessness. And no matter where you might be in the spectrum of hope between hopelessness and fully hopeful, you can think of a time when you were struggling. You might be struggling right now. The summer blues is a thing. People find themselves wishing that they can move forward, but feeling low. I realized that I'm the type of person that wants to get things done. And if things aren't getting done, that's the biggest thing that triggers me into a place of the fear talk. And if it doesn't happen, oh, what if it doesn't work out? Is it helpful? No. Is it a place that I want to be? No. We need to step back and see what triggers us to move to that place. Both fear and hope exist within all of us. I look at it like both fear and hope desperately want our attention. They're inside of us saying, listen to me. I want your attention. The problem is fear is often rude, invasive, whereas hope is loving and patient. And we have a choice. What voice within us are we going to choose to listen to, especially when we need support, especially when we're trying to move forward in our life? What voice are you going to listen to? The voice of fear and the voice of hope? The answer to that question will determine how you approach your life. And ultimately, if you lead your life with hope, ultimately, it will be the difference to whether you ask yourself solution-focused questions or whether you get in a swirling thought pattern of the what ifs. You see, fear wants to bring up all the unresolved problems, not just the biggest problem on your mind, but all of the other ones as well, while hope is always looking out for the potential solutions. By choosing to lead with hope, we all have the power to rewrite our narrative in our mind. The narrative from I can't to I can find a way. And this very shift in thinking holds a transformative ability to turn fear from an overwhelming obstacle into a conquerable challenge. It's conquerable. It's possible. And it changes how we live in the here and now. It's not only affecting how our future will be, but also how we are approaching today. On a bigger picture, the way we approach today through a lens of hope allows us to look back on this hard time, if it is a hard time, with a different lens as well. It affects our memory of this exact time. So as you can bravely and confidently confront your fears rather than trying to run from it, always remember that hope is also standing by your side as a steadfast friend guiding you towards a brighter and more promising tomorrow. No matter what fear is bringing up in you, hope is also there. And you can invite that voice to be the one that leads you along the way. And that's what I've been purposely doing each and every day, especially leading to the things that make me anxious and speaking in front of a group, whether it be in person, online. I am needing to practice this very thing, saying, oh yeah, it both exists within me. There's a battle going on, but you know what? I'm the one that's going to choose who that winner is, and it's going to be hope. It does take bravery to do that. Fear and hope, having conversations in your mind. It can create conflict. It's up to you to quiet your thoughts and be in a space where you can listen to the solutions, where you can listen to the solutions that hope has to offer. And you can do that. You can do that right here and right now. And it doesn't matter if you're walking into a pool party or a birthday party, or whether you're walking into a conference like I'm going to be, whether you're walking into just your next conversation with the people that you love. You can move forward with an attitude of hope. And it takes us taking captive our thoughts and realizing that our thoughts are not always things that we need to put so much energy into, because they may be wrong or they may be right. A thought is just a thought. It's what we do with that thought that really matters. Now, and this is on this material I'm talking to you about, like I said, is in 30 Days to Higher Hopes. It's also in the book that's on pre-order called Hope for Today. We're going to do a mindfulness exercise ourselves that's going to put you in a place where you're going to move forward thinking about your personal values, the things that you need to accomplish. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about this whole fear talk and hope talk. An example of fear talk might be, this problem can't be solved. You can replace it with a sentence of hope. I can find one thing that can help. An example of fear talk might be, if I fail, I can't handle that. A hope talk replacement is, if it doesn't work, I will try another way. A classic fear talk is, I'm not good enough. And you can replace that with, I am just getting started. My best is yet to come. And my best is enough. I want to give you some of my favorite hopeful questions to ask yourself. if you feel that battle within you, there are 4 important questions. There's 35 different questions that are my favorites. And you can always get that by hopping over to the website, sharekretz.com. And up at the top where it says Hope Notes, I always send out my 35 favorite solution-focused questions when you guys join that group. The first solution-focused question that I want to share with you to ask yourself is, if this challenge wasn't bothering me anymore, what would I be doing instead? And 2, what is my best hope in this situation? Question 3, what is the best result that could come out of this? And question number 4, what would the best version of myself do right now? So question 1, what if this challenge wasn't bothering me anymore? What would I be doing instead? 2, what is the best hope for this situation? 3, what is the best result that can come from this situation? And 4, what would the best version of me do right now? Now, these aren't the only questions you can ask yourself. I think you should come up with your own list of questions that helps you listen to the voice of hope. But they are one way that you can start listening to the hopeful voice within you. Voice of hope that's saying, I'm here. I'm your friend. I am your confidant. And I want to see the best of you achieve. Now, something that I notice quite frequently, and that's why I put it in the book, is because many times we don't really understand why we're off, why we are feeling as though we're missing the mark. And part of it sometimes is because we need to realign with our values of what we truly want. We may think we know exactly what we want, but maybe we just saw someone achieve in one certain area and got off on a tangent and started moving 100 miles an hour towards that. And it's not really a part of our values. There's ways that you can get back. And I told you that at the end of this, we're going to do a little mindfulness exercise that'll help us stay on track. And I'm getting this straight from 30 Days to Higher Hopes. And this is in the section where we gather our thoughts without any judgment. And we start by taking 5 minutes. 5 minutes away from our phone and our media and the only thing you need in front of you is a notepad so you can just write your journal. So you can just write. And for 5 minutes, take a minute to close your eyes and imagine yourself in a future that's filled to the brim with your highest hopes and with peace. And imagine that future. Feel what it's like to have that pour over you. And think about what might be happening when you're in a hopeful future. And when you're in that state of imagining that hopeful future, then you open your eyes, you take a breath out, and then you write, and then you think, what are my values? It's not only what this future look like, but what are the values that led me to this future? The value of showing love, the value of gratitude, the value of giving, the value of being able to have knowledge behind you, being able to have people around you that support you 100%, the value of being spiritually connected and reading. I know reading scripture is very important to me, and it's a strong value of mine. You can take this minute. It takes no more than 5 minutes of meditation, personal meditation, and maybe another few minutes of writing to be able to really get in touch with what your values are moving forward. This is more than just my future looks like this or that, an imaginary vision of what might happen, because we need to do that. But honestly, it's never ending up exactly like that. The twists and turns of life change and we adjust where we're going to be going. But our values are something that if they are off, we can move into a direction that's far from where we want it to be. But if we're always letting our values lead, it's a lot easier to listen to the hopeful voice within you. It's a lot easier to put that fearful voice in its place and say, are you speaking up to warn me about something? Because if so, I want to listen up. But if you're just hanging around to drag me down, then I'm going to quiet your voice. I have spoke about this in other episodes about how fear has a place. It's sometimes warning us. It sometimes is something we need to listen to. Rarely is it something that we need to focus on, though, for a long period of time, because that's when that fear grows into something that's unrealistic and untrue. Especially if we're prone to look at the negatives, pretty soon we have to step back and say, wait a minute, half of these things that I'm being fearful about are likely never to happen. Why am I letting them filter through my brain? You haven't taken captive. Now, I hope that you did this exercise with me now. And if you didn't, take a minute after this podcast to just be in silence. 5 minutes of silence, of thinking about when I'm in that preferred future, what got me there, what values led me. When I'm there, how do I feel? What are the dominant emotions that I picture in a life that is full of hope? When you're done with that, you'll feel a lightness. You'll feel a little lighter. The summer blues will have no power over you. The truth is, you do have things that you need to accomplish. You have things that if you do put them aside, that no one else is going to be able to get them done exactly the way you would. Stepping up to the plate and getting it done will make you feel great and accomplished. And it's time that you do it. It's time that you take care of yourself and then take care of others and then take care of the tasks that you have at hand. I am so unbelievably excited about the upcoming events that we have going on with the conferences I'm speaking at and the books that are coming out. But sometimes it just boggles my mind. I think, how in the world did I do that? With all of the fears that I stress out about, all the times where I'm like, oh, I don't want to do anything. How did I get this done? And sometimes I just need to say, I'm thankful that I realized that these two voices in my mind exist. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm thankful that I've chose the voice of a hopeful future as often as I have. I want to do it more often, but as often as I have, to be able to say, I want to walk towards a future that I was always meant to be in, and not some alternate place where I need to reevaluate and wonder why I'm there. No matter where you are in your life right now, I want to encourage you to take on that solution-focused mindset so you can be solution-focused with the people that you work with your family, with your friends, and realize you have a hopeful future. That you can say this strong affirmation every single day. Today, I promise to have an open mind. Because hope is believing that a bright future is possible and knowing that I can take action to get there. And you can do just that. And 30 Days to Higher Hopes is written because I care so much about people having a tool that they can use that's actually solution focused, that takes the best parts of what helps people move forward and then allows us to write about it. You guys, even if you already have a copy, you're going to want this new edition. I have it at a discounted price right now. And so jump onto Amazon. That's exclusively where you can get it right now on Amazon, and look up 30 Days to Higher Hopes by myself, Cher Kretz. Guess what? The Spanish version is on the in fact, as you listen to this, it's probably already live on Amazon. And I am so excited about it. Here is the copy that just came in, the author copy. It kind of has a mark through it because it's not for sale, right? But I was able to check out all of the internal pages and just making sure that it's just right. And after I record this podcast, I'm going to make it live on Amazon. They usually take a couple of days to approve the minor changes I'm going to make, and then boom, we're going to have this tool out to all of the Spanish-speaking communities, whether they're here in the United States or anywhere in any of the Spanish-speaking countries. They'll be able to get this very book. I know that it's being used in schools for people that are planning to be counselors, to be able to help them walk through a solution-focused practice to raise hope. I have a lot more to share with you on. We're going to have a whole launch party type of episode in a few weeks. But right now, just know that you can hop on and get 30 Days to Higher Hopes in Spanish right now. You could tell I just have a lot of excitement going on. I'm about to speak at the national conference. Don't forget to hop over to Amazon and check out 30 Days to Higher Hopes, the upcoming Hope for Today, and our Spanish version of 30 Days to Higher Hopes. I love getting emails. I love getting questions. Many times I address them right here on the podcast. And you can contact me at share@thefocusedmindset.com. And it's time for me to get going. My daughter has a volleyball camp to get to. Thank you for listening to the Focused Mindset podcast. And right now, you can hop over to Amazon and pick up your copy of 30 Days to Higher Hopes. But if you want to do something for yourself that's absolutely free, then take my 3-day Lead with Hope challenge. This is the way that leaders all over the place are learning to focus on hope and learning how the power of hope can move people to lasting change. And you join the challenge by heading over to my website at thefocusedmindset.com. So until next time, live solution focused.